Hey guys, what's up? It's Sunday morning and I look like a hot mess, and I figured what better time than to show you how to get rid of these dark circles. I want to preface this by saying that I have already cleansed my skin and applied some vitamin C to it, and also Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer, which is going to shrink the appearance of pores and wrinkles like it says, and it also acts as a really nice primer and base for the makeup, so that the makeup doesn't like start to sink into the wrinkles and the lines on your face. So with that being said, I'm sitting down to do my makeup routine, and the first thing I start with is eye illuminator. So it's this creamy, it's actually our pearlizer. I don't know if any of you are familiar with pearlizer, but our pearlizer is a foundation shade that has it gives you a dewy glow. So I actually use it right here for my highlight, but it also reflects light. So all I did was put a little bit on with the brush, and you can already see the difference between this eye to this eye. This is a sheer product. It's a creamy texture, so it kind of has to warm up and adjust to the temperature of your skin. That's why I'm applying it generously to my eye. Any light that hits your under eye reflects off. I'm sitting right in front of a window. You can see it doing its job. It's not meant to cover up your dark circles. It's meant to reflect the light off of them. So this is what we do before we do concealer, which is actually going to cover the dark circles. Okay, so I'm gonna let that sit for a second. Again, that product was Eye Illuminator. And once I feel like it's set and adjusted to the temperature of my skin and has melted nicely into my wrinkles and creases, then I'm just gonna kind of press it into place with my fingers. I don't really want to rub, I kind of just want to pat. Okay. Now I am going to use my foundation, my Make Sense foundation, and I'm gonna actually apply it everywhere except under my eyes. So I'm gonna use my brand new Kabuki brush from Sigma, which I'm obsessed with. And I'm just going to blend that foundation in everywhere except under my eyes. The reason why we're skipping under our eyes is because we're going to be using a lot of products under there. The more products, the cakier it looks. We don't want that. Now, I'm going to start to apply some concealer. This is light concealer because I want to bring brightness under my eyes. That's the whole goal. So I'm going to apply a generous amount under my eyes and then just use the extra on my finger to cover up any blemishes or scars or anything that I want to conceal. Now I'm going to take my new fluffy concealer brush and just blend that in. Okay, another mistake I used to make, don't get too close to your waterline. We want to conceal under the eyes and down in a V shape towards the cheekbone. We do not want to get all up in there for the same reason as not putting foundation under there. Okay, last but not least, Candlelight Shadow Scents. This is yet another attempt at brightening up the under eye. Okay, So I'm actually going to let that sit for a little while under my eye so that it can warm up to adjust to the temperature of my skin. Okay, I actually always like to do some on my lid also because it acts as a really nice primer and base for any eyeshadow look that you're going to be applying. Covers up any of the red veins or the blue veins and just acts as a really, really nice base. It's just something that I can do while I wait for the shadow to melt into my skin and be ready to spread. In fact, another thing I'm gonna do while I wait is I'm going to take some deep tinted moisturizer. I only have a sample because I wanted to try it before I bought it because I didn't know if I would like this technique. And I'm just gonna create a very subtle contour here. I'm not using a lot. In fact, I'm just doing these other parts with what's left on the brush. Of all the things that I have tried for contouring, I like this the best. All right, and now that I've created a really nice angle on my cheekbone, like now that I've created some dimension in my face, now I can accent it with the light, the bright and the light. So again, I'm going to take that concealer brush and just really work this candlelight in a nice V shape under my eyes and down to my cheek bone. Now that is a really nice covered up dark circle. All right, and that is it, guys. That is how I cover up my dark circles. It may seem extreme, but I have really bad under eye circles, and so I like to take extreme measures to cover them up. The last thing I like to do to set my face and my contour is a little translucent powder. Get right up under those eyes where we applied all that product. And this is gonna set it in place and also soak up all the extra oil. I have a lot of oil. I have very oily skin and hair. So that's something that that's a skip. That's a step that I cannot skip. Okay, I will also apply some blush up here for some rosy cheeks. And I will also apply some bronzer on the place where I did the contouring. And also just kind of around my face shape, outsides of my nose, and sometimes I'll hit up my neck because your girl is pale. All right, and then the last thing is that pearlizer. This is what is in the eye illuminator, okay? So you can see, I like to apply it right above my cheekbone for a nice dewy glow. Actually, I'll use it under my eyebrows sometimes too for a highlight. It just reflects the light so nicely that you end up with this really nice glow. It makes your skin look really healthy and just awake and alive, and I love it. And that is the base for the rest of my face.